All right, let's talk about the real engine behind AI. It's this incredible algorithm called gradient descent, and it's basically how a machine learns from its mistakes and gets smarter. But what does it actually mean? How does it work? Let's dive in. So let's just start with that big question, right? When we talk about an AI learning, what is really going on under the hood? It's definitely not about just memorizing a bunch of facts. Think of it more like a constant process of trial and error, trying to get just a tiny bit better with every single go.
Okay, first up, how machines learn. We've got to figure out what it even means for an AI to get better at something. What does improvement actually look like?
When you boil it all down, the goal is just super simple. It's all about minimizing mistakes. That's it. So whether an AI is trying to spot a cat in a picture or guess tomorrow's stock price, every single wrong guess is a mistake. The whole point of learning is just to make those mistakes smaller and smaller.
Okay, so if we want to minimize mistakes, we first need a way to measure them, right? And that's where this thing called a loss function comes into play. Just think of it like a scorecard for the AI. It looks at the AI's guess, compares it to the actual right answer, and gives it a score. A really high score, a high loss, means, whoa, you were way off. A low score means it was pretty much spot on. The entire game is to get that loss score as close to zero as machinely possible.
So the big question is, how does the AI actually knock that score down? This brings us to the core idea of gradient descent. And honestly, the best way to picture it is to imagine you're lost on a foggy mountainside. Your only goal? Find the very bottom of the valley.
This landscape you're seeing here, that's basically the world of our AI. Every spot on this map represents a different way to set up our model. And the height of any point, well, that's our loss score. The higher up you are, the bigger the mistake. Our mission is to find the absolute bottom of that valley. But here's the tricky part. It's super foggy. You can't see the whole map. You can only feel the slope of the ground right where you're standing.
So if you can only feel the ground beneath your feet, how in the world do you find your way down? Well, you use something called the gradient. It's actually a pretty simple idea. The gradient is just a little arrow that points in the direction of the steepest uphill slope. It literally points you towards making a bigger mistake. And that's the key, because if you know which way is up, you know that the exact opposite direction is down.
And that little trick is the heart of the whole process. It's this simple, repeatable loop. Step 1, you just plop yourself down at a random spot on this arid landscape. Step 2, you figure out the gradient. Which way is steeply uphill? Step 3, you take a small step in the exact opposite direction, downhill. And step 4, you just do it again, and again, and again. You just keep taking one tiny step after another until you can't go any lower. You're at the bottom.
Okay, so knowing which way to go is one thing, but there's another huge piece to this puzzle. How big of a step should you take? This is what's known as the art of the step, or finding the right learning rate.
So the learning rate is basically just a number. It's a setting that we, the humans in charge, have to pick. Think of it like a volume knob for learning. If you crank it up, the AI takes big, bold, giant steps down the hill. If you turn it way down, it takes these tiny, super cautious baby steps. And this image shows you exactly why getting that knob set right is so important. Look at the first path. If your step size is too small, you're just inching along. I mean, yeah, you'll get there eventually, but it's going to take forever. Now look at the other extreme. If your step size is way too big, you're taking these huge leaps and you just completely overshoot the bottom of the valley. You end up bouncing back and forth from one side to the other, maybe never even finding the best spot. So you can see the dilemma, right? It's a real Goldilocks problem. If it's too low, the model learns at a snail's pace. It's just painfully slow. If it's too high, it goes completely wild, overshooting the target and just bouncing around all over the place, never locking in on the best answer. Finding that just right learning rate is one of the most critical parts of building any AI model, whether it's a simple little thing or a massive model like GPT-4. All right, so this whole walking down a hill thing sounds great, as long as the hill is a nice, simple, perfect bowl. But you knew there was a but coming, right? The real world is way trickier than that. Yeah, this is more like it. Real-world problems don't give you a simple bowl. They give you these insane, complex landscapes with tons of different hills and valleys all over the place. And suddenly, our simple just walk downhill strategy has a pretty major flaw. And that flaw has a name. It's called a local minimum. See, it's like a little dip or a small valley in the landscape. It's not the real bottom, but from that one spot, it looks like the bottom. Our algorithm, just following its simple rules, will walk right down into that little divot. And once it's there, hey, every direction is uphill. So it stops. It thinks, I've done it. I found the bottom.
And this is a massive, massive problem. The model gets stuck in a rut. It literally stops learning. It's found a solution that's fine. It's good enough. But it's totally blind to the fact that a way better solution, the true deepest valley, the global minimum, could be just over the next ridge.
So how do we fix this? How do we keep our little downhill walker from getting trapped in the first small valley it finds? Well, the solution is kind of brilliant and honestly a little weird. It's called the drunken walk, or more formally, stochastic gradient descent.
Okay, let's break down the two ways of walking down this hill. The normal way, batch gradient descent, is super careful. Before it takes a single step, it looks at all the data it has to get a really accurate idea of which way is downhill. It's steady, but man is it slow. Then you've got stochastic gradient descent, or SGD. It does the opposite. It doesn't look at all the data. It just grabs one random example and says, okay, based on this one thing, which way is down? And as you can imagine, that makes for a really noisy, zigzagging, kind of drunken path.
And if you look at a graph of its progress, SGD looks like a total mess. The error score is jumping up and down all over the place. It doesn't look efficient at all, right? It seems chaotic. But believe it or not, that very chaos, that's its secret weapon. See, because its walk is so erratic and noisy, every now and then it will take a weird step that actually goes uphill for a moment. And that little random bounce might be just enough to kick it out of one of those shallow little valleys, freeing it up to continue searching for the real, deepest valley. So in this case, the randomness isn't a flaw, it's the entire point. It's a feature, not a bug.
And that really brings us back to why this all matters. Why have we been talking so much about walking down imaginary hills? Because this whole idea, this is the engine of AI. This is what makes it all go.
I mean, look, the source material says it perfectly. Gradient descent is an optimization algorithm. It's used to improve the performance of a neural network. So anytime you hear that an AI model is being trained, this is what they're talking about. It's this process, this slow, steady, step-by-step walk towards a smaller and smaller mistake.
So let's wrap this up with the big takeaways. Number 1, AI learns by trying to get a mistake score called loss as low as possible. 2, it does this using gradient descent, which is basically just an algorithm for always walking downhill. 3, the size of your step, the learning rate, is super important and has to be just right. And finally, number 4, sometimes a messy, drunken walk, stochastic gradient descent, is actually better because it helps the AI avoid getting stuck in bad solutions.
And that kind of leaves us with one last big question to think about. We've seen that the AI's learning process is really just an automatic walk to the lowest point it can find. But think about it. We're the ones who design the landscape. We define what counts as a mistake. So, if the AI is just finding the bottom of the valley, who's building the valley? And where are we actually telling it to go?